Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today we're going to try to save a ginkgo tree. Ginkgos are nice trees that were unknown to the world, except in China, until about 1690 when Engelbert Kampfer, a German who was living in Japan, found a grove of these. They had only been known in the fossil record and were thought to be gone forever from the earth. But they've discovered areas in China that have them. These trees are very hardy. They have long roots that grow down deep so they can get to water when they need it. They're very resistant to pollution, and a lot of times you see them lining streets. The ones I have here I grew from seeds that I gathered on Roosevelt Boulevard in Philadelphia, just below Tyson Avenue many years ago. They produce these seeds that are round and look good, but after a little while they start to smell from butyric acid. They get fertilized by sperm that swim to them, either on the trees or on the ground after it rains. It's a very interesting and beautiful tree and plant. They have the fan-shaped leaves, which are unique among all plants, and the veins radiate out towards the end of the leaves. In the spring and the fall, they turn a beautiful shade of yellow. Let's go take a look and see what's going on here, okay? This here is one of my ginkgos. You can see the leaves. And this one's growing pretty nicely. They tend to have these slender trunks at first. Later on they thicken up in life. They're really nice trees, one of my favorites. I really enjoy them. So I had that one. I had another one with similar, which is now, this is all that's left of it. We're going to take a look at this a little closer on the table. As you can see, all the top stems and branches and trunks have disappeared. And this thing needs some saving. So let's go try and save this beautiful tree. I have my little tool holder here, which my wife made for me. It's very nice. I don't know if you can see this well. I have Velcro straps on it. Just put it together, flip it around. I have chopsticks and clippers and wood implements and forceps and scissors. It's very handy. I'd suggest you try to have somebody make one for you. They really work out nice. So these plants are dioecious plants. They have male and female plants. Now this one here is really rotted out kind of. If I touch stuff, like over here, it's very soft and it's going. The only thing this here, it's got something hard underneath it. I don't know what's going on under here. We're going to clean this all out, see what I got left, and see what's going on. So I'm just kind of knocking off this bark that was on it. This here is my main branch. It's solid, it's good, it's new. It's been here for a while. This here, of course, is coming out from over here, so there's a connection here between here and here. The question is what to do about this. Well, it looks like it's getting, like it's going. So I'm going to start to clip this off. In fact, I think I'm going to get my bigger clippers for this piece here, just to make a nicer cut on it. I'll be back in a second. These are pruning shears. Have a little lock there. And I think this will be the way to really do this. Okay. Now let's see what else is doing here. Well, not much. All this stuff here can go. Basically all I have left is this one little trunk here. I'm going to take this out of the pot and see what's going on underneath. Some nice drainage holes here, which help. Allows me to push this out pretty easily. And out it comes. Now what I want to do is I want to plant this whole thing, I think, under here and have this be the new start of this plant. This sphagnum moss is not bad. It's been replaced recently. It's not falling apart too bad, so I can use a lot of that over again. I'm also going to put some new stuff in here because I want this plant to do well. Now the question is, what's going on under here? I'm just going to shake it out a little. I'm not going to stress this plant out too much. I don't want it to be too weirded out by doing this. Now I'm going to try and just, let's see, what am I going to do here? And I'm going to take some of this out here for now. Just leave a little bit in the bottom there. Maybe try and break this here apart a little bit more. Just using my fingers here. I'm thinking about using the hose on it, but I don't know if I want to do that. But it might be less stressful to do that than to do this. Let's see. I was planning on burying this part, but you know what? I think I'm going to let it stay like this. It has been doing okay. And just plant what I have here. Just put some nice new sphagnum moss around it. I'm also going to change the position of it. This is interesting. So I want this to be the new main trunk. I really want this to have a good solid footing in here, so I'm going to use this older sphagnum moss on top. The newer stuff can be underneath, which is where it should be for the roots to grow into. Okay, I think I'm going to go get some moss, surface moss, put on top of this, and then I'll be back. Well, I decided to get some more new sphagnum moss because it was just a little too squishy in here. It's a little too soft for me. I know I want this to be really pressed in there. The old sphagnum moss is okay, but it's not the consistency I really wanted. So I'm just taking this, putting new stuff in, and really pressing down firmly. I'm also going to cut off some of this dead stuff over here. I don't need the tree trying to save itself by trying to keep this dead material alive. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take some of the surface moss here and start to place it around here. Putting it on firmly. Making sure the water comes up through it. That way there's good contact between the sphagnum moss and the surface moss. There's a couple bare areas over here. I want to cover them over. It's nice sometimes to give it, the surface, a little bit of ups and downs, hills and valleys. Makes it look a little more natural. You can just do that by just, pressing your finger in and doing stuff like that. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm going to use the tool here to kind of finish these edges off here. Now I'm going to trim off some of this other stuff that's laying around. Okay, let me just clean this up a little bit and we'll show you what the final result is. So here you have it, Ginkgo biloba. Grow to over 120 feet sometimes. Sometimes they've been thought to live more than 2,500 years. There's a little piece sticking out. Let me just trim that off. And I think this tree will now be saved. It'll probably do pretty well. I don't like to cut anything off of these trees. They tend to grow a little slowly. But this is it. It's a great little tree. Look at these nice little leaves that are coming out. Quite interesting, aren't they? Okay, so have fun with your bonsai.